Hi, everyone. Welcome back to LTC's Another 10 Minutes with Me. And today, my name is Priye. I'm an 11th grader at CMIT South, and I'm going to be talking about self awareness because self awareness is important because it helps you understand yourself for a better future. So let's get started. So, first, let's talk about what exactly is self awareness. So, self awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. It helps you see how your actions affect yourself and others. So it's like when you ask yourself, why did I react that way? Or what could I have done differently? Or maybe how could, why would this affect someone else? Just like when you take time to think about how something will affect someone else and how something has affected you. So there's two types of self-awareness that we can look at. And the first one is internal self-awareness, and the second one is external self-awareness. So, internal self awareness is understanding your own emotions, thoughts, values, and it's just looking at what's inside of yourself. Like um, maybe you value integrity or you value respect. So, that's what really goes into your decisions. And then external self awareness is understanding how others perceive you and how certain actions might affect others differently. And it's like maybe you want to withhold information because you know it might hurt someone else's feelings. Or maybe you're excited to tell someone something, so you want to celebrate that with them. So that's external self awareness. So, why is self awareness important to us? For one, it improves our decision making. It helps us make choices that aligns with our values and goals. So like I said earlier, like if you value integrity, then you're most likely to make decisions that align with integrity. And then self-awareness also enhances our emotional intelligence. So we become better at handling emotions and understanding others. And like external self-awareness, like I said on the previous slide, we we get to think about other people's emotions and how what we do can affect someone else. And then this helps us build stronger relationships because we can communicate effectively and understand different perspectives. So, and I feel like it just all um, connects and builds to each other because once we align with our values and goals, then we can become better at handling our emotions, and then we can become better at communicating with others. And then at the end, it boosts our confidence and growth because we can recognize our strengths and allow for personal development in our own lives. So, what does self awareness look like in our daily lives? It might look like recognizing when you're feeling stressed and taking a break, or it might look like understanding your strengths and using them effectively, or it might look like admitting mistakes and learning from them, or it could look like being mindful of how your words and actions impact others. So I want you to put in the comments how maybe you practice self awareness today, or how you were mindful of someone else's emotions, or just your own emotions. So, how does self awareness impact your life? Well, first, it helps us understand our own strengths and weaknesses. When we're self aware, we have the opportunity to understand areas where we can improve and as well as areas we are doing well in. So, this knowledge helps us be the best version of ourselves. And self awareness encourages personal growth and success. Like the previous point, when we're self aware, oh, sorry, when we're self aware, we get to see our strengths and our weaknesses, and which allows us to grow and to build on what we know about ourselves, which allows us to also be the best version of ourselves. And being self aware reduces stress in by identifying triggers. Being self aware also means knowing the things that cause you to act out of character or move backwards or in ways that you just don't want yourself to move. For example, you know that if you have too much homework, you start to get anxious, you start to get really stressed. So practicing self-awareness in this instance can be like, okay, I know if I have too much stuff to do, then I start to feel really anxious. So you can take steps to avoid having too much to do, where you can plan ahead or maybe dissect each day for different parts of your work. So that's how self-awareness can come in, even in like the little places that you don't even realize. So now let's shift the focus to ourselves and how we can develop self-awareness. Practice self to to develop self-awareness, we can practice self-reflection. This means taking time to think about what you think about. So maybe you realize that you're constantly thinking about, or you're constantly having sad thoughts. Realizing that you're self reflecting, and then that's how you can grow and build and to see what areas you need to improve on. And then we can also seek feedback. Now, this might not be the easiest thing to do because asking others how you can grow is often, you don't really want to hear that all the time, but it's honestly the best way for self improvement because others can see the ways that you don't see, the things that you don't see, and they can offer advice that you may not even think you really need. So, seeking feedback is a really important step in building self awareness. And then keeping a journal. Maybe you want to write about your experiences and help identify patterns and behaviors that you think that you see recurrently, or maybe just things that you experience throughout the day. And even keeping a journal, that may not be for everyone. Maybe you want to take a walk. I feel like building self awareness, it's all about knowing what works for you. And if you feel like keeping a journal might not be the best thing for you because maybe you're not consistent with it, maybe try doing something that you are consistent with. Like maybe you like drawing. That could be something that you can help reflect, take time to yourself, and think about your emotions. And then practicing mindfulness. So, that mindfulness means staying present and aware of your thoughts without judgment. So, if you see that maybe you feel a certain type of way towards someone, practicing mindfulness can be, okay, I'm feeling this way. Why am I feeling this way? And it's staying present and without judging yourself, because if you're judging yourself, it's going to be hard to just be real, even with others. So, practicing mindfulness, it means being aware of your thoughts without any judgment. And then, lastly, set some personal goals for yourself. Define what you want to improve on and what you want to work towards. Because in the end, if you don't have anything that you want to work towards, it's going to be difficult for you to keep building that next step and then doing your same process every day. So, maybe by the end of the month, you want to have 30 journal entries, or maybe you want to go on 10 walks. It's just something to keep you going and motivated and to keep yourself focused throughout your journey of building self awareness. Uh, Before we go on, I want you to put in the comments on ways that you want to build self awareness. Maybe it doesn't have to be anything on this slide, but something that you know that works for you, and something that maybe you even started doing earlier in life. Just anything that you think will help you build self awareness. So, these are some activities that will help you build self awareness every day. So, we can ask ourselves daily reflection questions like, what made me happy today? What triggered my emotions? And how did I react to challenges? So, I want you to think about something that made you happy today. Maybe you got some ice cream, or you had a really, um, I don't know, anything that made you happy. I want you to put that in the comments. And then I also want to know how you reacted to any challenges that you faced. And then while you put that in there, I want to talk about some mindfulness exercises that you can do. I put mindfulness on the previous slide, but to go a little bit more in depth, you can practice mindful breathing. So when you come across a difficult emotion, maybe you're feeling angry or you're frustrated or you're anxious, you can take some time to breathe and to just relax your thoughts, relax your body, so you can come into that peaceful state and you can think clearly and you can also communicate your feelings effectively. And then meditation also kind of goes hand in that. Maybe when you're alone, you can take time to think about your thoughts. Most likely it could be at the beginning, end of the day, or whenever you have that moment to yourself, to take time to meditate on your thoughts, to come into that peaceful state where you recognize your values, your emotions, your feelings, all of those things that can help you become the best version of yourself. And there's many more ways to choose from to build self-awareness. Like I said earlier, these are just a couple ways that we can build self-awareness in ourselves every day. Just simple activities, just asking yourself reflection questions or breathing exercises or meditation, something that's easy but also extremely effective. So here are some key takeaways. Self-awareness is the foundation for personal growth. And this is true because if you're not self aware of your values and your emotions every day, then you're going to be coming across to people as not the version that you want to be of yourself. And self awareness will allow you to correct yourself and be who you truly are without any interferences of maybe your emotions from yesterday or maybe a hard event that happened last week. It helps you show up as your best self. And then it improves our decision making, our relationships, and emotional intelligence. Like I said just now, when you take into account your values and your emotions, it comes across in everything. So even when you talk to someone, you you're able to conduct yourself in a manner where you're being respectable and also um, and also who you want to show up as and who you want people to know you as. And developing self awareness takes practice and consistency. So it's not easy. Some days you might forget or you might not feel like it, but it's just taking every day and even every moment one at a time, even like a meditation or mindful breathing. You can do that multiple times a day. It just takes consistency. And then as you continue this process, you will definitely see change. And then small daily actions can lead to big changes in understanding yourself. This is something that I want everyone to take away from the 10 minutes for me, that small actions can always lead to big changes in your life. And if you're just consistent and you stay with it and you recognize, even if you journal every day, you can recognize changes that you see in yourself. And it might not be quick, it might not take a couple of days, or even a couple of weeks or months. It might take years to see a difference, but there is a difference in the end. And yes, it'll always be worth it. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys took something away from this 10 minutes for me. And remember to be self aware of your emotions and your values and who you are, and also of those around you. Thank you.